Shalom and welcome to this special edition of PowerPoints talking about the fall feast. You need to designate a day where, and I'm just going to speak to those that are following our ministry, you need to designate a day like today where you say, listen, I'm going to take an hour or two out and I'm going to break down the prophetic word that was spoken. Because at Trumpets, I know for us in House of David, Curt, Landry Ministries, the Lord will always give me a prophetic word in regards to the coming year and what we can expect, because we're going to have a biblical year and we're moving into that new biblical year. And this would be a time for myself. You know, so to say, I'm self-employed, if you want to call that, so I can control my own calendar. But I literally will take a day out during that Feast of Trumpets. Even though I'm the one maybe speaking the word, others will speak. A lot of times I'll have the word that I've spoken transcribed and I'll read it, because when it's coming through me, to be honest with you, I have to re-listen to it over and over just like you do, because it's not really me. It's not coming out of my head. So, but you need to take a day. I personally will take probably 2 or 3, 4 hours. Depends on when I get at peace. And what I do is I keep reading through it, and then I break it down and I read through it, and I break it down and I read through it. Because what happens is I'm filtering it and listening to it based off other words that have been spoken, maybe from 5 or 10 years ago, and I'm saying, Lord, is this the year that becomes this? And then if so, I can start proclaiming into it, and I can start listening into it, because now the Day of Atonement's coming, and that's all about that repentance and self-analysis. I can come, Lord, what was there anything stopping this from coming to pass, or was it just your perfect time for this year? I need to know that, so I can lay a hold of that. So when I go into the courts of heaven and lay claim to this, in the courts of heaven, nothing's holding it back. So that would be my recommendation today or tomorrow, is get some quiet time, take that word that I spoke at Trumpets and here at House of David, take that word, break it down, the prophetic side of it, break it down and see how it applies. It may not apply, but if it does, make sure you get every one of those nuggets. There should be somewhere between 3 to 5 real nuggets that are in there, and don't miss any of them. Just go ahead and get a legal pad out and say, okay, here's point number 1, and you'll see they all fit together. And typically what happens is they'll match what was said years ago. A lot of times they're your cue that you're to move forward. I'll see you tomorrow.